Hello there, Aries. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for the full moon in Leo, which takes place on February 9th, 2020 at 2:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you returning if you are a returning subscriber, and if this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. I do apologize. I have been away from my channel for a little while, longer than I expected to be. You can see my update video all about the passing of my dear pet rabbit Bunsen. This is why I was away for a little while, so I needed to take time to go through that and experience it, and now I am back here with the full moon readings, thankfully. I hope that you've been doing well. The energies starting this year have been extremely intense and have really been hitting a lot of people in big and unexpected ways. So just a few quick notes before we get started, that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Aries out there. So if the messages do resonate with you, they're meant for you. If they don't resonate with you, kick them out to another Aries. And also do be sure to check your Venus sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, in your personal chart, to see if there's other reading signs that would actually, complement or speak to you on another level. As we will always talk about, this is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. All Aries cross-watchers are welcome to be here as well. If you're looking for any information regarding a personal reading, information about the card decks I use, etc., all that info is going to be down below in the description box. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what to expect around this full moon for you, Aries. The full moon in Leo is obviously the opposite side of the coin from our sun sign, moving in Aquarius right now. The moon in Leo is an interesting place because it brings up a lot of our ego drives, our pride, whether it's healthy pride or it's just arrogance. It's like understanding what's important to be proud of and what we should kind of back down on. It definitely brings up our creativity. Leo's a very creative, warm, generous sign, so it definitely shines a light on that as well. Aries, on the universal chart, that Leo full moon will be happening in your 5th house of Leo, because you are, that very, very, it's like each house is ruled by its own sign in a universal chart for Aries. So it's a very dynamic place for you. It's a fellow fire sign. And so it's really going to light up that 5th house of Leo for you as well. So I would say that this particular full moon definitely green lights a wonderful time of greater creativity, greater generosity, forward movement, more connection with children, more connection with animals or pets, and really finding the joy of connecting with that. So yeah, definitely, Aries, this is going to be a powerful creative time for you. I hope, because that's what it really looks like for me. Not only that, but your ruling planet Mars right now is also moving through Sagittarius, and it will actually be in a trine to that full moon in Leo when it happens. So you also have a little bit of luck coming in from your ruling planet Mars as it aligns in a very positive fashion with that full moon in Leo. So let's go ahead and we're going to pull some lunar cards, past, present, future. We're going to see what you were bringing in from that last full moon that we had in January that would have been in Cancer. We're going to see how that has affected you as we go into this current full moon and how it's likely to affect you in the near future. The full moon phases energy usually last about 30 days, so it's like you can expect this to kind of have an influence, especially for a 30-day cycle. Sometimes more than that, depending on the individual, of course. Sometimes that can really come out as well in the cards, so we'll go ahead and take a look at those. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with me as we do the full moon in Leo 2020 reading for the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Aries. Please bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good and protect their energy as well as mine throughout this session. Thank you so much. Ooh, yes. Okay, so we like the way this looks, Aries. Let's pull a few more cards to just deepen this message up a little bit before I start reading these, because this is kind of, wow, we got a lot of energy here. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these as well. All right. So in the past position around that full moon in Cancer that would have happened last month for you, which would have been a heavier moon because it was more emotional. It was hitting that house of the soul for you, childhood origins and all that. And so full moon and Scorpio energy came up with this time to release negativity. So for a lot of Aries out there with this past month, this past 30 days, there has been a culmination of, releasing anything that's been kind of dark, kind of heavy, kind of weighing on your mind and your psyche. So then we go to the next one. We're going to pull a Queen of the Moon Oracle card and see what comes up on top of that. Yeah, and this is something that you may have resisted changing for quite some time. Even if you knew it was something that needed to be put down, even if it was something that you were very aware of was, toxic or unhealthy for you, it was really hard for you to let go. But this past full moon cycle in Cancer, that one really made you let it go. It's like it made you really face what you were resisting with that waning crescent, and it's a very natural letting go after that. But it was definitely not something that was easy or came super naturally for you to go through. So let's pull a little bit. Let's see. Well, I'll wait till do the tarot. I think I'm trying to remember how I always do these. So with the current energy, let's shift into that. Let's go ahead and shift up into the current energy that you will be bringing through with the full moon in Leo for this month on February 9th, and that's going to be full moon in Pisces energy. We've got balance, spirituality, and practicality. So not a surprise that this is coming in, because to me, Leo full moon, that's a very creative, abundant kind of moon. And so this brings in that new creative energy. Pisces is also a very creative sign. It's also very spiritual. So there's a lot of spirituality and a lot of creativity bouncing around. And it's, this is really Spirit telling you that you need to balance, that element with the practical side to really make the best use of that energy. And look at this, the waxing gibbous comes up on top of that with your will. So this is definitely the force of your will, the force of your willpower coming up on top of that. So as you balance, the practical side with the creative spiritual side, Aries, that's going to have a really remarkable effect on you. And so then as we go into the immediate future, look what comes out. Full moon in Aries, your own sign. A fiery climax is approaching. So to me, this is really taking you to a powerful place. This is what this full moon in Leo triggers, over this next 30 days for you, is really you coming to your own power, your own energy. Notice how all the moonology cards that we pulled, they're all full moons, Aries. They're all full moons. So to me, this Leo full moon, it has an element of completion or something coming to fruition or culmination. There's something that you've been working on for a while, in the wings, that's finally sort of all coming together. And so look at this, even on top of that, we've got the flower moon blossoming. So it's all about things coming to their fullness. This is coming into the springtime, which you are, the sign that rules the springtime. And to me, very much when the sun goes into Aries, that's really like our astrological new year, because you're the first sign of the year. And when we move into that energy, it is all brand new and fresh. So let's go ahead and we'll pull some tarot, and we're going to get some deeper messages around all of this. Ooh, Aries, I like this energy. So in the past position, we do have that Knight of Swords. So, all of that stuff, like I said, the resistance, cutting out all that negative stuff that has been going out of your life, that Knight of Swords is coming in a very, very quick, motion and cutting that out. The Knight of Swords can also indicate that there's been a lot of worry or anxiety around this as well, because that can be that really, it's that air element, it's the element of the mind, so it's very, you know, it can be an overactive mind. This could have been something that really was very tough to let go of. Some of you could still even be in process of releasing something old from your past, and it's like this is still a little bit ongoing because it wasn't something that you let go of quickly or easily. Yeah, and look at that. There's that moon card coming up over top of that Knight of Swords. Interestingly enough, that's Pisces energy with that card, and you have that Pisces carrying over into the current. So it's like, yeah, there's been some heavy stuff, and I think not for all Aries, because this is general, but for some of you out there, whatever it is that you've been releasing over this past 30 days or so, you know, it's like you're still in the process of, you know, kind of shaking out all the rest of it, because it kind of, you know, things like that are usually not very super linear. You know, we can let something go, and then, you know, those thoughts or those feelings might get triggered again, or something will churn up in our subconscious, which the moon card is very much about. So yeah, going into, you know, that current element, the present energy now with the Leo full moon, you know, you have that Pisces energy yet again, but that willpower card comes up, you know, with the waxing. So this is building on that energy. And a lot of the time, this could very much be you, Aries, you know, if that old, you know, icky energy comes up, you could really be using kind of your willpower and saying, okay, mind, let's not focus on what went wrong in the past. Let's stay in the present. Let's stay in the now, you know, and using your willpower in a very positive direction to kind of retrain your mind in a new way. So then we've got that Wheel of Fortune coming up on top of that. So to me, that is very much the wheel turning in your favor. And Leo is represented in that Wheel of Fortune card. So it is very positive, you know, around this Leo full moon. Because that's a very positive alignment for you, Aries, because it creates that beautiful first house, fifth house pattern, which is super, super positive. It feels upbeat. It feels more, you know, happy. It feels just more optimistic about the outcomes of things. And look at that, see? Here we go with that balancing of the coins with the Six of Coins. You know, this is to me about you bringing yourself back into balance as that Wheel of Fortune, you know, moves and turns forward. It's like here you are making sure to balance your energy out. And again, it's interesting because, you know, that Pisces full moon message was balance, spirituality, and practicality, and then here comes that coin, which is all about the practicality and the balance. There's that, you know, those scales in that card, so it's all about finding that balance, attaining that balance. So very important to pay attention to that. So into the immediate future, Aries, we had that full moon in Aries card. We had that beautiful flower moon of blossoming. Just show that again because that is just gorgeous. This is you coming into definitely your springtime element. And we've got that Six of Cups coming up on top of that. A very, very positive, sweet card of beautiful memories, you know, lovely nostalgia. Sometimes this is a reconciliation coming back around that you've been wanting. Sometimes this is something, you know, returning from your past in a good way, not in a bad way. Sometimes this is connecting with something from your childhood or deep family origins as well. So let's pull another tarot card to modify that Six of Cups, please. And we do have the Page of Wands. So Aries, this is to me, yet again, your own energy coming forward very strongly in this future column. We've got the Aries moon. We've got the blossoming moon of springtime. We've got, you know, the Six of Cups, which is that childhood nostalgia. To me, you know, Aries is very much a child sign because it's that first sign. It's that burst of energy, right? It's youthfulness. And the Page of Wands is also very youthful energy. It's fire. It's your element. So to me, this is just a lot of, you know, rebirth, a lot of you coming back to your own power and feeling much more in your element than you have in a while. So Aries, this is a very positive reading. And now we're going to pull a message from Archangel Michael, just to give you a last bit of advice on your overall reading here. And yes, look at this, Aries. Shield yourself. And to me, that's a very Aries sort of card to come up too, because this is, you know, a little bit of that warrior spirit, right? It's a little bit of that fighter coming out in you, but not in a bad way at all. This is the higher elevation of that warrior spirit, to shield yourself, protect yourself from any kind of negativity we talked about in the beginning. And the prayer is, Archangel Michael, I ask you to protect me, my loved ones, my vehicle, and my home with your powerful shield. Surround us in your purple light, which allows only pure love to come through. Please stay with me day and night and keep my loved ones safe. So this is all about you shielding and protecting and honoring your energy, Aries. So have a beautiful full moon, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.